Booker and Stryker, and look who we got here, Måneskin.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Los Angeles. It's very nice to see you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And they look great, Stryker. We look terrible next to them.
Listen, I spent at least 4 minutes on this outfit today. Mr. Rogers meets Kurt Cobain. That's my look today.
Well,
Nice.
fantastic.
Nailed it.
That's
Nailed it.
nice.
Thank you.
I love the rise of your band. I got to, I don't know, I think it was your first Los Angeles show at the Roxy.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Sure.
And you guys went to the you went to the Rainbow before for dinner. Did someone tell you about the Rainbow, or did you guys?
Yeah.
A lot of people. We know.
Yeah, no, and we had also, like when we used to rehearse in Rome, we had this guy that worked at the rehearsal room that is like the biggest fan of Motley Crue.
Okay.
So every time he would like tell us and say, when you go to LA, go to the Rainbow Room, go to the Rainbow Room. And it's like, it's epic. It's where Lemmy threw up in the side and everything.
Yeah.
So we knew all the stories, and when we went, it was actually iconic.
Ciao Umberto.
Ciao Umberto. Yeah.
Ciao,
Grew
Umberto.
up with the myth of of the rainbow, you know.
Yeah.
I don't recall the night, but I don't remember if anybody of fame was there that night. Was anybody famous kicking?
Just us.
right?
Just Måneskin.
All right.
Taking over the Motley Crue table.
There is so much history in the Roxy, at the Rainbow, and on that Sunset Strip. So much musical history.
Yeah.
Who were the bands when you were 15 years old that you were listening to that you enjoyed? Maybe they're American bands or maybe not American bands.
I enjoyed a lot, like the Doors, of course.
Oh, the Doors, right.
Yeah, and also Motley Crue, and I don't know, also Nirvana and this kind of band. But yeah, because when I think about the Doors, you know, for me it was like the dream of LA woman, so this kind of vibe in the States, basically. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to like a lot Aerosmith, Pearl Jam, that kind of vibe.
And what about Eddie Vedder as a frontman? Is there anything that you saw him do when you were 12, 13? You're like, whoa, okay,
I wish
I like that.
I wish I had his stage diving skills,
But yes.
but I'm very afraid of heights. So
End of dying.
end of dying. Yeah, but also in terms of vocal skills, there's a lot to envy.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, I loved like a lot the Stooges that played there, and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Runaways, and also just Blondie, Bowie, all of that.
Ah, such strong, smart artists right there. How about for you?
It was such a strong and smart answer. I would say something like the Police, but it's more like in the ends of the 70s, maybe more Genesis and Deep Purple. I don't know, Gentle Giant.
Nice.
This stuff.
Very
More
cool.
prog than rock, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more
now,
prog.
listening to everyone, it sounds like you have more eclectic tastes than the rest of the band. Is that a safe assumption or not?
Yeah,
makes sense.
On rock and roll,
So
yeah.
Everything, and so all the weirdest unknown artists no one
No.
knows of.
Actually, sometimes I try to discover new songs or like new artists. And sometimes it happens that I find a song, I like it a lot, but maybe I don't like the structure. I don't like how the parts are like put on, like the order and stuff. So I take the song, I change it, and it's very funny. It's very funny.
Yeah, this is psychopath, guys. Literally, he has on his
Because no one
GarageBand
knows
on
the
his
song.
phone.
Like,
Yeah.
He
just
downloads
a
the song
very
and like
little
maybe
people.
take the chorus and put it in the start, or then put two in
Yes,
a row,
correct.
and then he's like, "Listen, what I've made."
Right. So you're taking Hall of Fame status bands that have created the songs and doing the rearranging.
Yes,
Love that.
It would have been so much better another way.
exactly.
I would do
It's a real customized playlist, though.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Looking
it is
back-
customized.
At that show at the Roxy, it's funny. I mean, that is the night I fell in love with your band. Your band was fantastic, but my biggest memory, weirdly, is this really good-looking couple that stood right in front of me and made out the entire show. They didn't watch at all. They kissed the entire show right in front of me. So it got me thinking, what's the most peculiar thing that you've seen at a show, looking out, you're like, well, that's just off?
Maybe a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also like once there was this woman that was 92,
92, yeah.
years old, and she was in first row all the time, and she
yeah.
was wearing her T-shirt.
She came on
like,
stage with
and-
us.
Yeah. No, she
did.
was iconic,
Yeah,
and she
iconic.
came on stage, of course. She was-
There's a lot of iconic people.
Yeah, and like in Turkey, someone, if I'm not mistaken, get married on stage.
Oh yeah. Marriage request.
Now, does that frustrate you at all? I know you're very generous performers, that they're using your show to spotlight them when it's a Måneskin show. It's not their marriage show.
Like, get out!
No, we have
Attention on us.
we have 2 hours for us, so sometimes take some rest and give the responsibility to others.
It was
is good.
like in reality, it was because we were having technical problems. We were
Yeah.
like,
Does anybody want to
do you
get
want to get
married?
married? Okay, fine.
While we fix the drums.
Yeah.
On the new album Rush on Cool Kids, there is something about kids throwing up. Did that happen? Did that?
Yeah. Oh my god.
No,
Okay.
it's
Yeah, no, it's because I'm scared. I'm so scared of vomit. Okay.
Who is it?
No.
These guys like vomit?
No, but I'm really scared.
No.
Like,
She is
really.
like
It's more like a phobia.
we
Yeah.
normal people don't like it.
Okay.
She is really scared.
No, like if you throw up in front of me for 1 month, I don't want to see you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So really bad. But now I got better. But when I was younger, it was even worse. And when we were in Mexico, I remember I was like, okay, I want to go stage dive. I go down, and then there was this like speaker which I wanted to step on to like jump on the stage, and then I go on and see someone threw up all over it, and it was but I was so good at handling it. I was like, and then turn around and ignored it.
And blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and then play that shit. I was like,
Did that inspire the lyric, or is that just a story that plays into that song, the Cool Kids vomiting?
No, it was just funny. Like this phobia that Vic says, it's so funny, and I wanted to put it in a song, and also like tell people actually not to vomit in front of Vic because it makes it easier for her.
Thank you.
Don't do that in front of Victoria.
No one does.
Please.
Yeah,
Every
go on Thomas'
I
side. if you
remember
have
when
to
I was
vomit.
like younger, every time I met someone new I was becoming friends with, I was like, when was the last time you threw up? And if they were like, last week, I was like, okay.
Or searching on Twitter, flu, to see how many people.
No, it reached crazy peaks, but yeah. Now I handle it
Got
better,
better.
let's say.
All right. Let's segue to Mr. Tom Morello and your song Gossip, and I saw him on TV with you guys recently. Who reached out to who to get him to be part of the song?
He came to our show at the Roxy, actually.
Roxy.
Was that show, and he liked it, I think, and so he wanted to make music with us, and he came to the villa and to the studio, and we jammed together. And Thomas can say more about it.
Yeah, it was super fun. I mean, also because it's happening in a very like natural way, you know. So I remember that when he won like in the studio, we jamming all together for that song basically. And the cool part was that we felt like a real connection with this artist, you know. It was very natural because we are both. He have of course the same background of us, so. We enjoyed for real the moment. It
A little
was
bit
super
more.
Nice. Yeah, no, of course. But we felt like the musician's part, you know what I mean? Like this kind of intention to play a real instrument. I mean, analog instrument that was super nice. So, yeah.
Yeah. Also, the beautiful thing is that we made it actually in studio, physically together, and not sending files through like mails. He came down and we played.
But I mean, you guys are A+ rock stars, yes. So is Tom Morello. Were you able to be yourself in front of him when you walked into the room?
100%.
He's amazing at making everyone comfortable.
Yeah.
He's so easy.
I mean, musicians are inherently cooler than regular people. Let's just go ahead and say
Correct.
that.
Not always.
But
Not always.
Not always.
Exactly.
not always.
Not always.
Good musicians are.
Okay. So, but when he calls the first time, do you all look at one another and say, "This is pretty amazing,"
Yeah.
or
Yes,
is
of
everyone real cool about it?
No, of course not. First time he came, we were like freaking out, and then we were trying to like play it cool and not be fangirling over him. But I think it didn't even work. But after like 2 minutes, we're like, okay, sorry.
After 1 minute, I was like this with the phone, like recording everything that was happening, like lacing the shoes.
We're going to talk Grammys in a second, but there's one thing in particular that I appreciate about your new record, and I don't know if it was done on purpose or not. If you look at newer bands' albums and the length of the amount of music on there, it's like 38 minutes, 42 minutes. Your record's like at 51 or 52 minutes, in length. Was that something you talked about beforehand? Like, let's get a lot of content out there.
Yeah, we wanted to put out a lot of music because the latest record was pretty short, and we felt guilty about it, so we wanted to put out as much music as we could, and also like we had a very, very productive writing period, so we had so many songs we struggled to keep some of them out actually.
Is it fair to ask of favorites that do bands typically have a favorite? They're like, this is our favorite?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Especially us, because we have very, very different tastes. Yeah.
Okay.
Very.
And it's
Ethan, we'll start with you.
Go.
And the stuff, maybe Cool Kids, say.
Oh.
Yeah.
For me, blah blah blah.
blah blah blah. Okay.
To listen to, if not for you, to play, Babysit.
Okay, so 2 songs.
You're cheating, Damiano.
I did
Every song is
categories.
great.
Okay. Overall, if not for you.
Cool. Okay, I would say Mark Chapman.
Okay. So here we are, a few days from the Grammy Awards.
Yes.
And nominated for Best New Artist. It's you four right here. We're so excited for you guys.
Thank you.
Where exactly were you when you heard the announcement, and were you on purpose waiting to see something?
Yeah, we were watching it. We were here in LA.
Okay.
But it was very early in the morning.
Right.
And we are
9
very
a.m.
good at get up early, except Damiano. So he was the only one that was actually really awake. And I was like in my bedroom, which was next to the living room. And then like we start hearing this fucking shout and swearing in Italian, like, ah! And then I started him banging on my door, and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? He's mad at me. And then he was like, we got nominated, and then we were all like, yeah. It was a good moment.
That's good.
Yeah. What was the reaction? What was the reaction when you heard about the Grammy? Yeah.
Was there cursing in Italian happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
teach me and my friend Booker too.
I am Italian striker. I mean,
You are?
25%. Never been, but you know.
Can you say a curse word?
No.
Oh, can you give
Okay,
me
we
one?
can
speak
teach you.
I-
Porca Troia. Troia is okay.
What?
It's pretty heavy.
No,
pass.
it's
I think I
okay.
can
Porca
say
troia, it's
Porca
okay.
troia
Come
is
on,
not
it's
so bad.
okay.
So tell me how you say it one more time.
Porca,
Porco.
porca,
Porca.
Troia.
Troia.
I'm past. I know.
Come on,
Okay,
come
easier.
on.
Let's go with an easiest one. Easiest one. Cazzo.
He has it.
Cazzo.
He has
Very
it.
good.
Italian coming.
Say it. You had it.
Porca Troia.
Yes. Good.
They just love hearing me say it. It probably means DJs are terrible in English or something. Or in Italian.
American DJs in Los Angeles that kind of
terrible.
look like each other stink. Guys, has the ride the last 5 years to get to this point where you're at, is it how you thought it would always be? Because do you have the talent? Yes. Do you have the songs? Yes. Stage presence? Yes. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen for people.
I think that we were kind of ready in a certain way, but it's more because of our like mentality and how dedicated we are. But I think that also it's from the outside. If you don't live it, it's impossible to imagine something that can go even close to what it actually is. But we are very lucky because we were 4 and we started doing music before getting successful, so it's we have this bond between us that of course helps us get through like difficult moments. But of course it's all about ups and downs.
You guys are very tight knit, and I could tell just because I'd seen you out before. I think you went to see maybe Youngblood. I'm not sure which show, but you all were together. You all were hanging out. You weren't on the bill. You guys were just out to play. So that is a part to success, right? That you get along and
It makes it feel less of a job and more of an adventure.
Adventure.
Yes.
And on that note, listen, why don't we wrap it right there? Sunday, it's the big day. It's a big week in LA. So Booker and I appreciate you coming by Alt 98.7, giving us some of your time, and we've been rooting for you for a really long time, and we'll continue to do so.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.